Imagine being 3 months into clinical training and walking out of the OR thinking, I might not be cut out for this. Well, that was me. But here's the truth: CRNA clinical training will break you down and build you back up. And in today's video, I'm going to share how I survived clinicals and 3 tips that made all the difference. I did the majority of my clinical training at a county hospital in Southern California, and it was by far the toughest part of my entire journey to becoming a CRNA. The patients were sick. We handled a lot of trauma. We took in-house call for OB, and the staff expected us to pull our weight. It wasn't just practice. They depended on us to do a good job. Those first 3 months were the hardest. The learning curve was steep. You're suddenly expected to know the flow of anesthesia, how to manage real cases, and applying the pharmacology and physiology that you memorized during didactic to real-life patients. On top of that, clinical training was 20 months straight. There were no breaks in between semesters, so it felt relentless. There were plenty of days where I walked out thinking I might not be cut out for this. But what got me through was taking it one day at a time. Now, clinicals pushed me further than I ever thought I could go, and that's where I did the most growing.
Tip 1. Stay humble or prepared to get humbled.
When you first step into anesthesia clinicals, the best advice I can give you is to stay humble and stay coachable. No matter how many years of ICU experience you have, or if you are a flight nurse or former paramedic with airway experience, in anesthesia, you're starting from square one. You're a beginner. And the sooner you accept that, the smoother your journey is going to be. Preceptors can tell right away if you're eager to learn or you're coming in with an ego. If you're humble, they'll invest time into you. But if you act like you know it all, you will be humbled quickly. One of the toughest parts of clinicals that students struggle with is this. On one day, a preceptor may teach you to do a case this certain way. The next day, a different preceptor may tell you to do it completely different. For example, I once had a preceptor criticize the way I taped an endotracheal tube. And in my head, I thought, what does it matter? The tube's secure. But here's the thing, it did matter, because that's how they wanted it done. And at that moment, it wasn't my job to argue and prove that my way also worked. It was to accept their method and learn their way. That's what I mean when I say the right way is the way you're taught that day. Now, when you're out practicing on your own in the future, you can pick the method that makes the most sense for you. But in school, you've got to stay humble, coachable, and adaptable. That's how you keep growing.
Tip 2. Treat every day like a job interview.
Now, here's something most students don't realize. Every day you're in clinical is basically a job interview. You never know who's watching. Let me give you an example. When I was a year out from graduating, I had CRNAs and anesthesiologists offer me jobs. That's how much your professionalism and attitude matter. They weren't just looking at my clinical abilities. They were looking at how I showed up, how I treated people, and whether or not I was someone that they wanted on their team. And honestly, being offered a job several months to a year before graduating isn't unique to me. It's common, especially right now when the market really needs CRNAs. If you show up prepared, respectable, and dependable, people notice. And sometimes the impression you make in the OR can open up doors long before graduation.
Tip 3. Be kind to yourself.
Now, this one took me a while to figure out. Clinical training can be stressful. There may be days where your preceptor chews you out, you miss an intubation, and you still got 8 hours left in the operating room. What matters in those moments is your inner dialogue. How do you talk to yourself? You can't beat yourself up. You can't let your mind spiral. Instead, reset and tell yourself this. Okay, that didn't go so great. Let me learn from it, and let's start again. The next one's going to be better. That's how you make it through day after day. Clinical training in anesthesia school pushed me further than anything I've ever done, but it also gave me the skills and confidence to be a CRNA today. If you stay humble, treat every day like it matters, and give yourself grace when things go wrong, you'll not only survive CRNA school, you'll thrive. If you're about to start CRNA clinicals, leave a comment below. What's the one thing you're most nervous about? If you're already in clinicals, please share a survival tip. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Please hit the like and subscribe. I'll keep on making videos to help you navigate the CRNA journey.